Hey y'all, this is Stephanie from Large Family Diabetic Cooking, and today, I didn't get a chance to put it up yesterday, so today we're going to do our cream of chicken soup and our cream of mushroom soup, and I'm going to show you how to make it homemade, and it's really easy. So instead of using milk, I'm going to use powdered milk. Because we don't have much milk left, so powdered milk will do just fine. I have my chicken all cooked up and shred up. We did that a couple days ago. And I have my mushrooms that I'm going to use to make the cream of mushroom soup. So let's get started. First thing we're going to start with is we're going to start with some coconut oil. I'm going to put some in the bottom of this pan and let it start cooking up. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my hands. All right, wash my hands and then we can get started. That water was hot. All right, let's get some. I can use this. Let me put you guys up on top of the microwave here so that way you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to turn my pan on. I'll put it on medium heat. And I'm going to put some coconut oil. In the bottom of this pan. It's hard to get out of this container, but I want to have enough oil for when I get ready to thicken it up. I need to make quite a bit of this, so I need a little bit more. Because we're going to start with the cream of chicken first. Let's get that melted. I need to move in the kitchen with David. I don't know what this thing is. You put your spoon in it. I don't know what they call it. It's not a trivet. So and then I need to get my flour out. I'm wondering if I should use flour or if I should use cornstarch. But sometimes cornstarch congeals a little too much. Makes it too thick. So, get that out, and I need my liquid ones out. I'm going to need a cup of flour. I have a cup of oil, so I'm going to need a cup of flour. this is almost melted. And then I'm going to add my flour and we're going to make a roux. And then we're going to make our milk, which I'm going to put in here because I need 4 cups of milk. And then I'll have to add a couple more cups of water and add some chicken bouillon so that it gets that chicken flavor. Because even though we boiled the chicken and stuff and I boiled it in the spices, sometimes it's just not enough to give it that chicken flavor. Alright, so let's get our start cooking up our flour. Making our roux. To add a little bit more flour because this is still a little liquidy. Maybe that was more than a cup. But that's okay. You can always add, you can't take away. So I'm going to add a little bit more. A little at a time. Until I get it to where I want it. Starting to hurt, so I need to sit down. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on it. I don't think I need to add any more flour. I think it's thickening up just the way I want it, so. And then I have an immersion blender, and we're going to blend it all together after it's all done. So let me get my milk together. All right, I got 4 cups of milk here. I'm going to add the milk. add a little minced onion. Yeah, it's thickening up pretty quickly, so I need to add some more. I need to add some more liquid because now it's too thick. So let's add some more water. The more water you add, the more you want to get it to the consistency that you want it at, and this is too thick. So we're going to add half of that water. And I have a whisk. Let me get a whisk out because that'll make it easier for me. And then once I get it to the consistency that I want it at, then we'll add our chicken. But I'm making a lot because I have a couple of meals. Or not a couple, actually I have several meals that I want to make with the cream of mushroom soup and cream of chicken soup, and I need it to, I'm making a mess here. Add in the chicken. First, I'm going to add in a little bit of chicken bouillon because I added more water. I'm not going to add water to this. And I'm not going to add any salt either because the bouillon has enough salt in it. Believe me. And it's thickened up pretty good. So I'm going to add the chicken now, and I'm going to let this heat through for a minute or two. And then I'm going to break out the immersion blender, and we're going to blend it up. I'm going to cook all this, or blend all this chicken in here. Give this a few minutes to do its thing. Cook down. Clean up my mess because I made a mess on the sink. Let's rinse this out. I'm not going to wash it because I need to use it for the cream of mushroom soup. I'm not even going to wash the pan that I'm doing the cream of chicken soup in because, the cream of mushroom soup in because I'm just using the same pan and I'm using the same ingredients. The only thing that's going to be different is instead of a protein, I'm going to be using mushrooms. Immersion blender out so that way it's ready. to taste that to make sure that I cook the flour long enough that it doesn't have that flour taste. It shouldn't. And if I need to add more, do you see how thick that is? That'll be perfect. Okay, no flour taste, but it does need a little bit more chicken bouillon. I do it little by little so that way I don't make it too salty. But just in case you're wondering what I'm using, this is the Knorr chicken bouillon that I am adding. Okay, so now we can turn this off. And when you get ready to cook with this, all you have to do is just add a little bit more liquid if you need to. Let me taste it one more time. In fact, what I'm going to do, so that way I'm not wasting spoons and having a whole lot of, I'll put a little bit on the spoon, and that way I can put it aside and use it again later. Oh, that's so good. Okay, now we're going to blend it. With the immersion blender. But I will have to wash this, so that way when I get ready to blend up the chicken mushroom soup, okay. And now this is smoother. Let me unplug this. Okay. Take this off. Push these two buttons in on the side, and it pops right off. This I got from Amazon. This is a, what does it say? Health. H-O-M-S-E. It's not Holmes, because Holmes is spelled wrong. But this is a turbo one. And it is a hand blender. And it is a 800 watt. Does a nice job. Alright, let me get this in the sink. Rinse it really well. And, alright, let me make sure there's nothing on here. There isn't. Alright. that's ready for the cream of mushroom. Now, what we're going to do is I need to move some of this stuff out of the way. I got these from QVC too. They're cute. These are by Temptations. I thought they were cute. They had a whole bunch of different kinds. But one of my favorite holidays, all-time favorite holidays, is Halloween. Because that's when you get to scare the crap out of little kids and you don't get in trouble for it. Not too little. I won't do that to like little babies. But teenagers, it's on. Okay, so I'm going to put you down here, and I'm going to get out one of the things to get out as I can. My lids are missing. And I have some of these that I'm going to put that in, and it's going to go into the freezer. So, we're going to put some cream of mushroom soup into these containers. And I can use this. Chicken soup, sorry, not mushroom. Okay, today is the 15th. January 15th. Make sure you date when you put it in the freezer, so that way. I don't know how long this would be good in the freezer, but if you're making meals and stuff like that, I would assume that it's probably good for a good 3-4 months. So. So let's get some of these in containers, and I can mark more lids later. Okay. What are you doing, Shoogie Boogie? Okay. You'll have to ask Mommy to open it for you because I'm busy right now, okay? Okay. Little Mr. Independent. I'll tell you one thing, this tastes amazing. Makes quite a bit. So if you're making your casserole, you would just thaw this, add a little bit of cream to it if you necessarily have to. And I got 5 containers out of it, so I'm going to add some, get it all out and get it in these 5 containers. And each container should make 1 to 2 casseroles, because I made it a little thick. So I'll have to add some more liquid to it when I'm making my casseroles, which will stretch it more. And that's it. I know I said I wasn't going to wash this, but I have to because I have to melt the oil for the mushrooms now. So I'm going to put this in the sink, and you guys are going to come over with me, and we're going to wash up our dishes and get everything ready for the next. I can't. I know I said I wasn't going to, but to me that's just, it's germs, and I don't do germs or cross-contamination, and that's the other thing that I worry about is cross-contamination. Mainly because we have 2 1-year-olds and a 4-year-old, and sometimes they just have allergies that come out of the middle of nowhere, and I would prefer not to do any cross-contamination of any kind. Like I was telling you the other day that Isabella and Maymay's birthdays are coming up. Isabella is on the 10th and Maymay is on the 29th. And I want to do cupcakes for their birthday, but I want to do the unicorn cupcakes because they love well, not unicorn cupcakes. It's the type of icing. It's called unicorn. It's unicorn, but the icing is called unicorn. And like I said, it has all kinds of different colors in it and stuff like that. So, and I want to learn how to do that and make them their cupcakes for their birthday. So, and there is an app that I go through. It's called Shein, and they have the cutest baby clothes and stuff. So, and I ended up getting my 9-year-old grandson, I got him a pair of tennis shoes from Nike, because the pair of tennis shoes that he had were falling off his feet. So I said, yeah, it's time. Because when he's outside playing, he can be rough on shoes. So I'm going to have to get him another pair so that way he has a play pair. But, and he's only 9, and I paid $60 for a pair of shoes from Nike, but I wanted him to have a good pair of shoes that was going to last. But I'm also, I want to get the girls a pair too, but I don't know how smart of an idea that is, because they're still growing and they're only going to be in the shoes for maybe a few months before I have to turn around and get them another pair. So I'm kind of on the fence about that one. But the other thing is that they're growing, and I would rather them be in something that I know is going to support their feet, support their ankles. Because May and Izzy are both still wobbly when they walk. I mean, they're walking and they're walking good, but they're so cute when they waddle down the hall. So, alright, so we got all this stuff washed up. I gotta finish the immersion blender. Up there. Woo. Oh, that was like nails on a chalkboard. I need to make sure that I don't get this mechanism right here wet, because that's the part that's got to go in the thing, and I don't want it wet. Oh, I forgot to rinse the inside of that. Like what? There we go. Gotta get all them suds out of there. All right, so we got one down, one to go. So let's get started on the mushrooms. Okay. Now, I'm going to get the oil together for that. I need this. Put it in the sink. Bye-bye. Do what you need to do. Grandma loves you, but Grandma's recording right now, honey. I'm recording. Stop that. Go get a wipe and wipe your hands. My grandkids. Alright, so let's get our oil together and in the pan. What do I do with it? Oh. Okay. Didn't realize I moved it. Well, I didn't realize, I just forgot I moved it. And then I'm going to dice up my mushrooms in the Ninja blender. And then they're going to go in with the oil because I'm not putting the flour in yet. I need the mushrooms to cook down. Now, when you're cooking your mushrooms, it's going to suck up the oil. And then, when they're done shrinking and cooking, it will release the oil. Once it releases the oil, that's when you're going to add your flour. I think that's enough. Let's see. But in the meantime, I'm put the lids on these. I am putting the lids on these, and then I'm going to allow them to finish cooling. Over here, and then they're going to go in the freezer. Writing the names on these in a little bit because I need to get my clean up my mushrooms and get them in my Ninja blender. Make this damp a little bit. Okay. Stuff out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. I need to move this. Put you down here. Whoop. So I'm going to clean off my mushrooms with a damp rag. Get any dirt that could possibly be on these off. that heat down because it's melted now. I'm recording.
Yeah.
So.
Have to wait on it, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, so we're going to remove all the dirt off the mushrooms. And I got these brown button mushrooms. I decided to get the ones that were not sliced because you're paying for, you pay more money for sliced than if you slice them yourselves. So, this is going to take a minute, but you can, hopefully you'll hang in there with me while I do this. I'm wondering if I should just rinse them, because it would be easier than doing this. Let me just rinse them real quick. I think that would work easier. Wow, the dirt that is coming off these things. Good thing I did it this way. There's a lot of dirt on these. Alright, let's get these, where's the lid? We're going to get these ones blended up. Alright, power on. Piece that didn't get blended up, but that's okay. I'm going to put these in the pan, and we're going to get the next ones cleaned up, and okay, maybe I won't need both, because this is making quite a bit. I can save the other mushroom for something else. these out and let them cook and do its thing. Let me show you how much we made, how much it chopped up. Chopped up, it made quite a bit. And I'm going to add a little bit of minced onion to this and let it all cook together. I don't need to add the flour yet. See, all of that's soaked up. That soaked up that oil. So I'm going to let this cook and do its thing. I'm going to plug this. Put this back. I'm done with the coconut oil, so I gotta put the lid on that. I gotta get the milk ready, and I have my heavy cream over here. Alright, let's get these dishes washed up while that's cooking. There we go. Let's get these washed up. I don't want to leave anything sharp sitting out because we've got little fingers, and I try to keep an eye. And protect little baby fingers. And sometimes curiosity can get the best of anyone, even grown adults. Curiosity can get the best of them. That's like, my thing is, no matter how much you tell somebody, no, a little child, no, they will try and argue their reason for why they should have. And with curiosity, you've heard, you know, curiosity kills the cat. My thing is, if y'all remember horror movies, and y'all remember all the Jason movies and stuff like that, and Freddy Krueger, I don't understand when you hear a noise, wouldn't common sense tell you to run in a different direction? If you hear a noise, why would you walk toward it? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And there's always a girl in the movie. Always a girl in the movie with short shorts on. We call them booty shorts. Short shorts a low-cut shirt, wearing heels. And here comes Jason. She want to go running through the woods, and he walking all slow. But somehow he always manages to catch up, because as soon as she gets close to getting out of Jason's way, what happens? There goes that ankle. Every time. Common sense would say kick off the heels and book it. I gotta be careful cleaning this, because these knives are extremely, the blades are extremely sharp. And I can't tell you how many times I've cut myself on this. And it is painful. And when you're a diabetic, you gotta be careful about getting cut. And I've tried to give my grandkids some common sense, because my daughter, she hear a noise, she'll go right to it. Right to it. Try and find out where it's coming from. Common sense would say, get away from it. If you don't know where it's coming from and it ain't normal, stay away. My daughter will be one of them girls in them Jason movies and Freddy Krueger movies. She'll be one of them girls. Be trying to run away with high heels on and trip. She'd be one of them girls. I ain't gonna lie. She'd be one of them girls. Alright, let's see. Alright, remember how I told you the oil sucked up when we put the mushrooms in. Now the oil has released. Let me put you a little closer so that way you can see the oil. It released. If you can see that. So now I'm going to get 1 cup of flour. And I'm not going to add more flour because last time it made it too thick. So now we're going to cook this flour and mushrooms for a couple of minutes. You see how thick it's getting now? You need this to cook for a couple of minutes to get any and all raw flour taste. Smush this down so that can cook a little bit. If you want it up against the pan to cook that flour out. Let me stir up my milk real quick and get that ready. Got my heavy cream ready. When it starts sticking to the bottom of the pan, that's cooking the flour, the raw taste of the flour out. And you need it to do that. And then that's when your whisk is going to come in handy, because when you put your milk and your heavy cream and then your chicken bouillon, or not chicken, sorry, beef bouillon, that will help get the little bits that cooked to the bottom of the pan. The whisk will help get that up. Okay, when it clumps together like this, it's done. Now we're going to add our milk and get our whisk together. No, I need this still. What am I doing? Now it's starting to thicken up some. So, whoops. Now I want to add the heavy cream. I have a half a container of heavy cream, which I'm going to add. That. Sink. All right. So now we've added our 4 cups of milk. That was what we did before. We added 4 cups of milk to the cream of chicken soup. We added a cup of coconut oil. Then we did a cup of coconut oil. Then we did the flour, a cup of flour. I added a little bit more flour, and it made it a little bit too thick. So I did not do that with this one. I stuck with the cup. Because when it cooks, it's going to thicken anyway. And if I have to, I can add a little bit more. I can add more water if I need to. I did with the chicken. We did the flour. Then we cooked that. Then we added the 4 cups of milk. We added another 4 cups of water because it got too thick. Then we added the chicken bouillon. I added some minced onion to that. And we let that cook until it thickened. I added a little bit more chicken bouillon because it did not have the chickeny taste that it should have had it. Like I said, add a tablespoon at a time. I did 2 tablespoons the first time and then another 2 tablespoons the second time. But you need to taste in between because you don't want it to get too salty, because the bouillon is salty. Then once that thickened up, we added the chicken and let the chicken heat through. The only thing different that we did with the cream of mushroom is we did the oil, melted the oil, did the chopped up the mushrooms, added the mushrooms to the oil because the mushrooms need to cook down. once the mushrooms cook down, because when you put it in the oil, it's going to soak up all that oil. You need to let it cook. Once it cooks, the oil will release. Once the oil releases, excuse me a minute. I am recording. Please go. Now, I'm not going to ask again. I asked nicely. Go. Go. No, no grandma. I am recording. I will talk to you when I'm done, okay? Go watch your show. Go watch your show. You're not going to ignore what I'm saying. Thank you. Okay, sorry about that. No matter how much you tell a child no, they still want to try and get their point across. So once the oil released and everything like that, we added the flour. Now you cook cook your flour for at least 1 to 2 minutes. That takes the raw taste of the flour out. And then I added the 4 cups of milk and 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Then when this starts to thicken up a little bit, I will add some beef bouillon. I will start with 2 tablespoons. Let that cook through, and if it is not salty enough, doesn't have the beef flavor, I will add another 2 tablespoons. So let's get back to it. Once it's thick, we will put them in their containers, let them cool. Thickening up pretty nicely. Alright, now I need to put some of this on my spoon and taste it. Yeah, that don't have no taste. Alrighty, so now I can taste the milk, I can taste the mushrooms, I can taste the heavy cream. And I can taste the little bit of onion. We need this. This is the beef bouillon. This is where your flavor is going to come from. Okay. That's about 2 tablespoons right there. So now we're going to stir this in. Alright, now let's taste that. Need some more beef. There we go. That might be where it's at now. Might need. I don't think I should need anything. It's perfect. It's perfect. And And it's thick enough that I can turn the heat off and we can get ready to get them in containers. Before I move on, I want to clean this and get this, or not clean it, but dry it and get it put up, because this is very sharp and I don't need any little fingers touching this and getting cut. I thought I was going to need this, and I keep forgetting that you don't use an immersion blender on cream of mushroom soup because it was already blended up. So, but at least it's clean and dry. Okay, we're going to move this down here. And I'm going to move you guys down, and we're going to get our soup ready here. Hey, Zero. You can't have mushrooms. Mushrooms are not good for dogs. These ones. Last one. Let's get the last one out. nice small spurtle. This in the sink. And then we're going to take the rest of what's in here. And this is going to go